The current crisis is difficult for so many reasons, but overwhelmingly I've seen it bring out the best in the people of High Peak. Back in April, I launched the High Peak Hero Awards to recognise those who've gone above and beyond to help others during the pandemic. I've received a huge number of nominations, and it's been wonderful to learn about the efforts of some truly extraordinary local people. I wish I had time to name them all, but to give a few examples. Haynes at the Surrey Arms in Glossop tirelessly delivered essential shopping and meals to those unable to leave their homes. Hayley Roebuck, a care worker at Goyt Valley House care home in New Mills, left her family to live in at the care home to minimise the risk of infecting the residents. Helen and Phil Flanagan, landlords at the Peel's Arms, paid out of their own pocket to supply meals to the elderly and vulnerable in and around Padfield. Lia Roos from the Residents of Fairfield Association has been running a Foodshare scheme in Buxton, delivering food to the vulnerable, those self-isolating, and those key workers having to work longer hours. Madam Deputy Speaker, I could go on. Needless to say, I'm incredibly proud to represent the people of High Peak. Turning to the challenge that we now face, I welcome the Chancellor's additional measures to protect jobs and businesses in areas like Glossopdale that have been under Tier 2 restrictions. Those measures are vital, though I hope we can continue to consider the impact on businesses in the supply chain and in the events industry who've also been very badly affected and will need to play a vital role in the economic recovery. Thinking ahead to this winter and where we go next, I want to talk about restrictions and the impact that they have on people's lives. It's essential that we do all we can to prevent the NHS from being overwhelmed to help save lives, and that needs a multifaceted approach. As we learn more and more about coronavirus, we need to follow the evidence and make the difficult decisions about restrictions and public health guidance. We also need to pull out all the stops when it comes to researching a vaccine, something the UK is currently leading the world on. But we also need to recognise that there is a huge cost to these restrictions, and there is a difficult balancing act between fighting coronavirus and other public health challenges. I'm increasingly concerned about the long-term impact on our nation's mental health and other serious health issues. How many illnesses have gotten worse because people haven't felt able to get the treatment they need? How many serious conditions have not been diagnosed in time because screening and scans haven't been possible? A good example in my constituency is the recent commissioning decision by NHS England to withdraw the breast cancer screening units from New Mills, Buxton and Chapel-on-the-Firth, citing COVID as the reason. Instead, women in the High Peak are being asked to travel to Bakewell. Given the state of the roads and public transport in the Peak District, especially during winter, I am worried that many will not be able to get to appointments. A huge number of local people have signed my petition calling for the reinstatement of the screening units, and I will be meeting with Health Minister shortly to discuss how we can do this. I desperately hope that we can get the right outcome. Madam Deputy Speaker, I absolutely support the necessary measures the government is taking, but I also believe we need to start having a national conversation about how we can live with COVID in the long term. We must not get ourselves locked into a never-ending cycle of constantly tightening and easing restrictions with no end in sight. To do that, we need to further increase capacity in the NHS, especially in intensive care. Since the start of the crisis, the government has achieved a lot in this area, but there is a lot more to do. I've been campaigning for new urgent care centres at Tameside Hospital and Stepping Hill Hospital, as well as a major new health centre in Buxton. We need them now more than ever. The road ahead is uncertain, it is challenging, but I am confident that the High Peak and the rest of the country will get through this together.